Greetings, everybody. Hey, it's James. What's going on? It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Thought I'd get back on here, inspired. Always want to catch inspiration while it's there because it's fleeting. But anyway, last night I was listening to a bunch of Robert Pete Williams. I think I played all of them. I think I have 5 or 6. And I thought I'd talk about him because Robert Pete Williams, he's different. Anyway, yeah, this is the one we're listening to right now. It's kind of a split record. It's Robert Pete Williams and Roosevelt Sykes. They each play one side on this one. But I'll get into that in a minute, get through the albums. But I wanted to talk about Robert Pete Williams. Really unconventional. I don't have the music vocabulary to describe it, but his guitar playing for a country blues cat is unique, as is his vocals. No rhyming at all. I mean, all sort of traditional blues forms or formats, or I shouldn't say thrown out the window because this is old music, but he didn't follow any formats and styles that people were using at the time. He was born in 1914 in Louisiana. But I was going to say is he's almost beyond, for me, he's almost beyond like a musician. He's really a true like artist and poet. His music is so stark and I don't want to say frightening, but there's an intensity to it, and he doesn't even really seem like he was comfortable being an entertainer. It seems again like he was more an artist and a poet than certainly an entertainer. I watched a video last night of him, some live clip on YouTube, and he's kind of dressed up, at least, and clean, and he doesn't seem comfortable really performing. He seems like the kind of person where if he was the last person on earth, he would still be playing his songs because it was almost soul healing for him. Robert Pete Williams. Anyway, this one is on the 77 Records label, the number 7, out of London, and these sides were recorded in 1971 in Louisiana. Both sessions, the Roosevelt Sykes and the Robert Pete Williams. Nice record. I think this one came out in the mid 70s. Anyhow, Robert Pete Williams, he was born in 1914 in Louisiana, and I think sometime, I don't remember exactly what year it was, but he was convicted of murder. He claimed self-defense, and he was in Angola State Prison and for murder. And the famous musicologist, Dr. Harry Oster, I think that's how you pronounce it, he was doing some recording at the prison and discovered Robert Pete. Long story short, he was mesmerized, found out how amazing it was, and he did a lot of work to try to get Robert Pete paroled, and eventually he did get paroled. And that's the thing, a lot of his music is all just starkly personal music. He doesn't appear to be singing about like specific topics, like I'm going to write a song about this, I'm going to write a song about that. It all seems to just emanate from his soul. A lot of his songs were about his prison experience, poverty situations, conflicts with women. And even though that's a cliche thing in blues, moaning, complaining about your woman, his way of doing it seems deeper than that, really coming from his heart and soul. That's at least how I interpret it. When it comes to country blues, he's for me, he's right at the top. Not like there's a competition between blues musicians, because they're all great in their own right. But there's a special quality to Robert Pete Williams that when I first discovered, I was hooked. So that's a quick kind of story about him. I know I'm sure I'm missing some details, but yeah, it's great. And then just some of the songs: "Gonna Stand No Quittin'," "Broken Hearted Man," "From the Heart," Robert Pete. Here's another one that I have. I think this might have been the first one that I got. This Robert Pete Williams, "Louisiana Blues" on Tacoma. Don't know exactly what year this was written, but the I don't want to say he was necessarily discovered, but there's a famous thing that Alan Wilson from Canned Heat did some work with him to kind of get him out into the public as well. And actually, sorry about that, Alan Wilson, he wrote the notes to this. Lots of interesting information about him. Robert Pete, one of his great influence was Blind Lemon Jefferson. So yeah, really nice one. This is a reissue from 1980. Robert Pete Williams, "Louisiana Blues." Another one is Robert Williams, "Free Again" on Prestige. Song tracks: "Free Again," "Almost Dead Blues," "1,000 Miles from Nowhere," "I've Grown So Ugly," "Death Blues," "Hobo Worry Blues." Robert Pete was also, like a lot of musicians back then, it wasn't as if he could support himself full time being a musician, so he did odd jobs. Even later on, when he gained, quote, success for him, he in the, I think 1964 is when he was really hitting it big, and he was going to festivals in Europe, playing festivals in Europe and playing across the U.S. But he still had a job that he had to do. He worked on farms. He had one of his primary ways of making money was he sold scrap metal too. So real hard worker, and obviously did what he needed to do to support himself and his family. So that was his career. He ended up dying in 1980. Not ended up. He died in 1980, also in Louisiana. It's interesting to think about a guy like that, being around in 1980. It almost doesn't fit because he's so, he's so far back time. Not just the fact he was born in 1914, but his spirit seems very old. 1980. What a strange time that was. Yeah. Anyway, another one, Robert Pete, is this one on this series on GNP Crescendo. Robert Pete Williams, the ones with the map. It's a great series. Notes by Sam Charters. I mean, they're all good. None of his albums have much difference in quality, and he's just consistent because again he just wrote and performed what was coming from his soul. Listen to that voice. I mean, the thing is, his voice too was completely unique. It's very commanding. It just sort of stops you in your tracks, and some of his lyrics almost can be unintelligible, which almost adds to the mystique of his music. Just so damn honest and pure. Yeah, this is that one. This is that one. Robert Pete Williams. Couple more. This one's on our Hooli, and what is this one called? Oh, those Prison Blues. And again, very personal tracks. Pardon, Denied Again. Up and Down Blues. I'm a blues a man can be. I Got the Blues So Bad. This music was recorded by Dr. Harry Oster at Angola in Louisiana, 1959 and 1960 on our Hooli. Beautiful copy. of that one. Uh, I don't know if I don't really quite understand his whole discography, and certainly I don't understand everything that's available on LP. I know there's a few out there that I don't have, at least, and there's a lots of CDs that I'm aware of, and I don't know if those are obviously some of our collections. I don't know if some of those are individual, like actual albums that came out at the time. But it's, yeah, anyway. And here's the last thing I have with him on it. I think I showed this a while ago when I was talking about the blues. This is a comp on our Hooli, Angola Prison Blues. There's Robert Pete on the cover. He does, let's see, he does 1, 2, 3, he does 5 songs on this, essentially 5 out of 10 songs on this one. You also have Hoagman, Maxey, and Guitar Welsh on this one. I mean, blues is always great, but is there anything, there's not much better in life than a quiet night at home with Robert Pete Williams. The world is quiet, the house is quiet. Lay down or sit in your favorite chair with a beverage and just listen to Robert Pete. Yeah, you know how it is. Sometimes you listen to an artist that you've liked for a long time and that you've loved for a long time, and you can have specific listenings, and sort of just like that, there's all of a sudden a deeper appreciation where it seemed like it couldn't even ever go deeper. So yeah, anyway, I'll leave it at that. With the ramblings, just want to do a quick, it looks like 12-minute talk here about the one and only Robert Pete Williams. Yeah, enjoy, take it easy. All right, later.